Johnny Mosley here for Peter Gunn Ski & Sports, out here in Squaw Valley testing some gear. Also shooting a little Warren Miller segment. That's why I'm wearing the spring stuff. You may notice my blue jeans with gaiters built in. We're doing some spring bumps. But I'm also here to tell you a little bit about this boot I've been testing. I know, that doesn't look like a ski boot, does it? But it is. This is the Dahu Ecorce, E-C-O-R-C-E 1. And what this is an attempt to make ski boots more comfortable and still highly functional, all right? And they've done a pretty good job here. So if you're a person who just can't stand getting in a ski boot, which who can? Ski boots are brutal. I mean, they are painful. There's just no two ways about it. Even myself, who skis all the time, I still have to get boot work done. You know, it still hurts my ankles. Like, there's just, in walking in them, there's just nothing sexy about a ski boot, you know? So Dahu has tried to solve all those issues in one fell swoop. So let me tell you a little bit about it. I'll tell you the advantages and disadvantages. First of all, you can see that it's a cabriolet style boot. So if you ever skied in like a Reichley boot, or you ski in a full tilt, the design is based on that model. So what you have is a tongue, okay? And the tongue is where you get the stiffness from, okay? In this case, this is a 130 flex boot. This tongue is carbon fiber, okay? So that's where you're gonna get the stiffness forward and back. The rest of the shell is just like a normal boot. It's Gorilla Mid, high quality, high strength to weight ratio material. And then you'll see here, they've got this special little, the back of the boot flops down, and then you can kind of pop it up, and the little pin locks it in place and gives you the forward lean and structure you want. Now this whole shell, it's got cutouts in the right place. I mean, it's super light, it's incredible. Now you're wondering, where's the rest of the boot? Well, the rest of the boot's on my foot, okay? And the rest of the boot is basically like a liner, but more like a snowboard boot, and this thing is super Gucci. I mean, it's very comfortable. It's insulated. It's even got a Reco recovery tab in it, so you don't need to worry about that if you get stuck out in an avalanche or something like that. Anyway, it's got the full lace up. So you put this on first, and it's got a little tab here, so you can really tighten the lower part of the foot, and then you pull the upper part of the foot, and then you cinch it down, and it gets a nice snug feeling on your foot. And then you're gonna just put the lace right inside this little pocket here, this little garage. And you'll notice the boot has a really good grip on the bottom of it. So you can like walk around in this boot all day. You could drive in this boot. You can party in this boot. You can dance in this boot. I mean, it's a super stylish like après boot. I mean, even if you put your pants over it, you know, it just looks like a nice after ski boot. Like if you were traveling, you probably, all you would need to bring is this set of boots, and you'd have after ski boots and ski boots. So a lot of advantages there to the functionality. It's got a good insole in it, and it's got good rigidity laterally, so it's not too soft. You can tell it'll work inside the boot. Now, once you're ready to go skiing, you know, you pull these out of your pack, you get to the beach, close to the hill. Some people just leave them in their bindings, in their skis. When you go in for lunch, I see sometimes people just, the boots are in the shell is in the ski, and you go in for lunch, come back out and pop back in. And this takes a little bit of practice to get in and out somewhat easily, but once you get it down, it's not that big a deal. So you just kind of like slip your foot in here from the back. I suggest what you do is you kind of grab the back first, grab this shell, okay, and just kind of put some pressure on it and pull it up as you step in. And then boom, you're in, okay? Now, this is gonna clip up and lock in the back. And so you have a very good rigidity in the back, actually. It's pretty stiff back there. And then you're just gonna flop the tongue forward. There's a little latch right here to get one side. Nice, big, easy buckle to grab. Buckle her down. Do the same thing on the top. Okay, they got a little feature here so you can adjust where this buckle fits. If you have a big calf, like my dad has a pair of these, he's got a monster calf. So he has this thing all the way extended out. I have a smaller calf, clicks in there. Kind of dial in where you want it on the stiffness side. Comes with a nice big, thick power strap. Okay, tighten that bad boy down. Put your cuff over. And there you are in your super stylish Dahu Ecorce. It's very cushy. This thing is very comfortable. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how it skis. I've actually been pretty impressed with the performance considering it's not a traditional 4-buckle boot. I'm more of a 4-buckle boot guy. I did ski in Reichley's for a moment and I liked them, but they do tend to have a little bit more of an upright stance, okay? So if you're a guy who really likes to be like cranked in the pocket with a lot of forward lean, more like an alpine racing stance, you might find these to be a little bit too upright for you. I found them to actually perform well laterally, like on the groomers. You could really, you know, make some nice carving turns. When you started to get into the moguls and some extreme steep stuff like that, they started to feel a little bit like they wanted to shoot out in front on me. So it's possible you could put some wedges in the back and give yourself a little more forward lean and make some adjustments on them. And they would be fine for you, but that would be my only caveat is very comfortable boot, works great, can definitely ski the hill. If you're looking for like a little more, you know, high performance and you like to get out and rip the bumps or rip the streams, you might want to, you know, try them first if you can. That's my sort of analysis of the performance. It comes in different flexes. So this is the 135 that I skied. That's the stiffest boot they make, and feels like a pretty good 135. It's definitely got some stiffness to it. I would say if you're used to skiing in a 130, this will match that flex for sure. You can also get it in a 120 and a 100. So you get a 100, a 120, and a 135. So 100 is going to be a little bit more, obviously, you know, casual skiing. Something it's going to be more comfortable. Obviously, not going to bang your shins as much. 120 is probably if you're skiing groomers, maybe getting in some small steeps, some small bumps, and 130 is if you want to go aggro and win a World Cup race, okay? All right, Johnny Mosley here for Peter Glenn. Get the gear before you go.